Hello, sir. How are you?
Chief, right now. I'm fine. And you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
How's
great.
Canada?
That's good. Yeah, cool weather. Canada is still calm and friendly.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. So how's your program?
Yeah, going smoothly. Go smoothly. Go smoothly. Go smoothly.
When did it start?
Uh, well, it starts this week, but
Okay.
just with preambles. But by December 1st, I'll get on it full.
Interesting. Very good. Very good. Very good. See, I'm happy to have you on board. You know, I'm always looking for people like you, to share your
Okay.
thoughts about Africa, Nigeria, any other African country, and the things that are going on around the continent.
That's great.
And
That's good.
I'm
That's great.
happy you agreed to be a part of this conversation. So,
Great.
Dr. Ayo,
Great.
see,
Yeah.
let's start. See,
Great.
tell my audience who you are and what you do.
Oh, okay. Okay. We're good to go.
Yes.
I am Dr. Ayoade Adeyemi, and I am the managing consultant, Lorache Consulting, and I've been in consultancy for over 2 decades now. And leading the team of Lorache Consulting for 15 years. I've also been involved in some other, businesses where I've worked in the past, both multinational, startup business, medium-sized organization.
Yeah.
And I before Lorache was started afterwards. And
Okay.
I work with a number of organizations, even still, as a consultant, and I also volunteer with quite a number of organizations. One of it is Faith Foundation.
Yeah.
Tony Elumelu Foundation, Lagos State Employment Foundation, and a whole lot of others that I work with, and even beyond Nigeria as well, with some other corporate and volunteering services as well. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. See, I like people like you who have done different things, because you guys have a bigger, wider perspective about life and the economy and things going around, So I like to talk to people like you. So tell me, Dr. Ayo, you are a faculty member of the National Institute of Policy and Strategy Studies. Okay. What is strategy and how can individuals apply it to their lives, their careers, and their businesses?
All right, thank you. This conversation around strategy keep popping up. And it's suffice to say the word itself has almost been abused. And
okay.
Common conversation, people will say, okay, what is strategy? And then consultants especially will tell you have to develop your strategy, And then at the end of the day, what is this all about?
Exactly.
Like someone say, if you do not get your strategy right, I can't remember now, that something will have you for breakfast. But the truth is this. I think because we take it from the point of view of just a normal word, or normal jargons or business term. But what we say essentially when we talk about strategy, it's more about a planning. All right, it's more about your holistic plans, how you want to start a particular matter, issues, or business, and then get going and be able to accomplish your objective. All right. So strategy is just putting together all of your plans, your idea, your process, your plans, and determining how you want to be able to actualize your objective eventually. So if you talk about business strategy, if you talk about management strategy, talk about marketing strategy, talk about operational strategy, or you talk about manpower strategy, all of it is talking about around planning, effective planning all right, detailed planning, holistic planning that's able to, establish the processes you want to follow and all of the elements that need to be attracted in actualizing your objective. So when you say adapting to individual life, then we talk about how do you, what's your plan? Because the truth is that, and I start here, strategies has a lot to do with vision, mission, values. So if we talk about individual, so we talk about from individual, what's your vision? What do you see of yourself? What's your life plan? So if I tell you that my vision is that I want to be a global so and so, then I must now be able to evolve plan that takes me from where I am, looking at your reality, and saying, okay, this is how and what I require and how I can go to get what I want to achieve eventually. But the truth is that individually, we must be first objective with ourselves. So when you want to adapt strategy to individual life, I can say, okay, the simplest one again that seems to be common around is what we call SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is SWOT. So on myself, for instance, if I say, okay, I want to do my own life plan strategy, or right now, one of the things which I do every year is to write my plans and goals for next year. So by this time now, I'll be trying to start up by middle of December. I should be able to fine tune my plans, even for the business or for myself. But if I take it for myself, then if I want to use SWOT analysis, for instance, I will say, what is my strength right now? Okay, so what are the things that I have as strength? Then the next one, I say, okay, what are the opportunities that I see in 2023? All right, given what of strength I have, what I have seen this year, economic indices, all of the factors, then I would look at what are my challenges, threats? What are the things that look like threats for me? Okay, so what are the things that I feel, it could be part of the thing that could be threatening my actualization of those plans or goals? And then the last one I'll talk about, opportunity, right? Okay, what are the opportunities? What are the opportunities really? First, after I evaluate my strength, and then I look at my weaknesses, which are my, what are the things that are limitations for me? Then I look at the opportunity. Okay, so how then can I also convert my weaknesses to opportunity? And then finally, I look at what are the things that I look at, it will make it difficult for me to achieve. Some of them could be things beyond my control. Some of them could be within my control. So when you place the strategy on all of that template or framework, you'll be able to actualize, at least to a great extent, say, okay, this is what I want to accomplish in the framework of 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. So we usually encourage, you can have yearly plan, then you can have your 3-year strategic plan, then you can have your 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, depending on whatever
you want to do.
Of things you want to actualize. Thank you.
See, I encourage everybody, every individual who actually wants to do something in life to have plans, to have a long-term strategy. Okay, like you said, the strategy is just about making the plans bigger. Okay, making the plan instead of just 1-year plan, making maybe 5-year plan. Okay, the 5-year plan.
Not essentially.
Okay.
No, is it actually having it more documented?
Yes.
All right. If it's for business, we will say for 3 years.
Yes.
For an individual, you have 10-year plan, which is what we call the long-term plan.
Yes.
All right. So from your long-term plan, okay, then you should not be able to break it down into 5 years, 3 years, 1 year. Because why? Reason why is because, for instance, if I set a plan for next year, and for instance, if my operational platform more is of Nigeria, I know Nigeria next year is an election year. So things could go either way. So I should leave the aspect of which is one part of the threat, the likelihood of the fact that some things will change, economic challenges may come because of the election, there may be some unrest because of political activities. So I should leave that room that could automatically affect my plan. For instance, if you get to next year and there are issues, and I say, oh, I need to move to another platform, or I experience some government challenges personally, confrontation or some, and I change my location of operation. Obviously, my plan will be affected. So that's why you have a long-term plan.
Yes.
Then you have the medium-sized plan.
Yes.
1 year short plan in that plan.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. So now, as a consultant, a business guru, an entrepreneur, I suppose that me and you agree on that businesses actually build the economy, okay? Because once upon a time in my younger days, I used to think the government build the economy, okay? Nowadays, I now know that the government only make the environment suitable for businesses to build the economy, okay? In terms of innovation, creating jobs, and paying taxes, okay? So how can African countries encourage entrepreneurship and help small businesses grow? Now, why am I focusing on small businesses? Because small businesses contribute a lot of jobs and taxes to any vibrant economy. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. And this is what I will say. You know, government and then the business of government. Now, one of the things from your opening is that you also think that government should do the business.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people say government have no business, have no business in business. All right.
Okay.
But the truth is that everything has a lot to do with with the government or policy or or what have you. But more importantly, the business of the government in business will be to create an enabling environment.
Environment, yes.
The responsibility of government is to create an enabling environment for businesses.
Yes.
Now, the second level is to see what are the opportunities that there exist, okay, and how we provide some support, okay. Now, I've always said this, especially when I talk about entrepreneurship, and I say from my research, I've realized that the greatest economy of the world, the economy that are thriving, are built on entrepreneurship.
Yes.
More importantly, they are built on small businesses.
Yeah.
And so when you look at the GDP contribution of a whole lot of small businesses, entrepreneurs, you realize that it's much more than when you put all the bigger corporations or bigger multinationals together. All right. So for any nation that really had the interest of the economy at heart and that really see to the future, they must always have policies that will help entrepreneurs and small businesses.
Small businesses, yeah.
Now, entrepreneurs will power small businesses. But let's talk about entrepreneurship as it were.
Okay.
A simple description that I give when I speak about entrepreneurs are just people that bad ideas and hoping to take risks. All right. So this set of people, we always have different innovative ideas, different innovations, different ideas that they think could solve problems. You know, and one of the things I've said over time that people need to know is that entrepreneurs are problem solvers.
Solvers, yes.
So I say to people, any business that is not focused on solving problems, then so much will be desired. So much will be desired about that business, because what is the future of that business? If you build a business on profit or opportunity, okay, I see opportunity and I want to make money, then that business will not stand 10 times. But if the business is built around solving problems, okay, then you can realize that, look, do we be in the business? And where am I going? So if entrepreneurs are about giving innovative ideas to solve problems, that means that the more problem entrepreneurs evolve, the more problem they are able to solve, the more solutions they are able to bring on board, the more employment, the more revenue, the more expansion of the economy. Profit will come. And then that leads to the small businesses. What have we now come about small businesses? Businesses, I mean, if you look at our economic definition of small businesses, which I have always contend with, we talk about businesses that can be floated for 500 million, you know, those ones are not really small business. I mean, we're talking about businesses that can barely operate with 1 million naira. But you find out that a business that will start with 200,000 naira will see get to a point that it will need to employ either one person or two, that the business keep on growing. And there are businesses like that that start from even just the corner of someone's own room or offices, and then the businesses have become, conglomerate. And I know a few of them, and I've worked with a few of them too. So small businesses then help to resolve or solve the unemployment problem. And then they expand the economy. And then before you know it, they spring up there and there and there. But if the government, like I said, responsibility is to look at one of those policies that can make it simple. One of the things this current government in Nigeria tried to do was to evolve the ease of doing business. But realize that the ease of business is just more of theoretic, because at the end of the day, an average small businesses on the road do not feel the impact. Now, at a point in time, they said they gave opportunity for small businesses to open, to register with CAC free. I tested that process. I realized that it was just one of those things that we will say as government, as people that want to achieve, and it will not come to bear. So if you must do it, we must be intentional. You can also want to support small business by raising different kind of form of taxes.
Yes.
Businesses. So government must reorder their priorities. They must be intentional. They must be more focused. They must be more deliberate about their policies to make the business environment more ease and simplify for small businesses. So that is very important for us. So organization grow or nation grow when they are able to make a very realistic policies that will encourage small business. Sometimes, and I mean, we don't take cognizance of this. The roadside woman that sell things, that sell petty trade of 5,000 naira. And you will find out that that kind of woman has sent somebody to university. Then you ask yourself, how are they able to do it? Sometimes when I drive on the street of Lagos and I ask myself, all these hawkers that run after vehicle to sell things, how do they make money? But I said to myself, if these guys are not making money,
they will hear. That's it.
But sometimes I feel like buying off everything this guy is selling. And I feel like if I buy it off, the guy will come back some day because he's going to make profit. But that's not the best. That's not the kind of business that really anybody will. Because I can also imagine the kind of pain and stress they will go through even ultimately when they make the money. So the money might still go back to them taking care of themselves. So, but we are talking about people that also do all those petty trade. People do business of 50,000 and they have turned it around to 500,000. So people need, these small businesses need a lot of encouragement from our government. More deliberate and intentional encouragement really from the government.
That's true.
So, let me drop it at that.
That's true. See, I don't know if this is true. So let me ask you. I talked to a younger entrepreneur from Ghana recently on this podcast. And one of the things he complained about is that the taxes that the government place in front of entrepreneurs in Ghana, even before you start making money, there are so many little taxes that the government imposes on you that takes a big chunk of your capital. That doesn't even allow you to employ that capital to the real business you are doing. Now, does that happen in Nigeria?
Even yes, let me take it even from Ghana, and I will share my experience with you from Ghana. We wanted to start a branch of our office, business in Ghana. I wanted to register, and then by the time I engaged a local lawyer in Ghana, I started trying to engage the person, and I see a whole lot of bottleneck. And then I said to myself, recently, African continent came up with the AFTA policy. The AFTA policy is trying to liberalize the African economy so that there can be easy of entry and what have you. And then I was in Egypt to speak to this particular AFTA, at a conference to see how African continent can cross border business and all of those things. And when I wanted to register a business in Ghana, and they told me all sorts of things, and I got the document for registration, and I asked myself, is Africa really ready for this kind of
that's the question I'm asking. Are we ready?
Partnership and cooperation. Then when you look at it locally, and that's the truth. Yes, in Nigeria, the government is trying to come up with a lot of initiative that can be able to ease out the registration process, as it were. But in Ghana, I mean, based on my own experience, I think it is what it is, and it's tough. In Nigeria, there's also some of the bottleneck, all right, where you want to open an account, and then but the truth is that from recently, from my experience and from what some of the business I work with, I've encouraged them to register. I think it became a bit easy for small businesses where you go approach the Corporate Affairs Commission, the CAC, to open your registration. Automatically, as you open your registration, you get your tax number, which comes with it automatically, and that is it. But the truth is, the moment you start, and you see, you can't escape the tax net, no matter how small, because at the point of purchase, at the point of buying, at the point of selling, there's all form of taxes that we pay in Nigeria and in Nigeria. Then, wherever you want to situate your business, you will see also some form of local government funding taxes that you also pay. So you have to see that multiple taxation is really killing, not even an individual, it's killing businesses. Yeah. All right. But it's a bit liberalized now. It's a bit easy now, but it's still not what we expect. We still expect a much more intervention and support from government to make this thing more easier. I mean, from a business that you want to start up, and then part of your capital, like you said, it's already eroded with taxes. So what do you want to make of that business? What do you make of that business? All right. Of course, yes, like I said, part of the initiative, they also do like if you are doing a business and you didn't have a turnover of 25 million naira in a year, you may not be paying some taxes there, which is still makes some sense. So, but we can do more. We really can do more.
See, I know a few Africans in diaspora who wanted to start businesses in Nigeria, okay, but because of some of those things you just talked about and the ones you alluded to in Ghana, they took their business to Rwanda, okay, and a lot of Nigerians who want to do business in Africa because of the free trade agreement. Now they are going to Rwanda to start the business, hoping that with the African free trade zone, they can now leverage on that to sell their product and services across Africa. Now, see, Nigeria in particular, being the biggest country by population in Africa, we need Nigeria to grow if Africa wants to grow. Okay, I believe that so much. And I'm appalled that by now, our federal government, our state government haven't realized that putting those small taxes that depletes people's capitals, that won't allow the business to thrive. In the long run, they are missing a lot of chunk of taxes that they would have earned if they allow the business start, grow, employ people, and they will make the government will make much more tax, employee tax, the corporation tax, if they allow the business to grow. But it seems that they are more interested in just clawing as much as possible from the start, and it doesn't make sense, you know.
Well, you got a point, but again, you know, just to balance it, the ACTA, which is the agreement of the
free trade
continent, as free trade zone, has its own bigger merits and the challenges, not the merits, maybe some challenges. And if you take Nigeria as a case study, like you said, with our population, it's supposed to be a very good strength for us.
Yes.
And then because again, the challenge of Nigeria, as it were, Nigeria economy, is that we are more of consuming nation than
yes.
nation. So you realize that everybody across the world want to bring in their products so that they can leverage on that population.
Yeah.
But even at that, I think we could get a better deal. All right. For every corporation that want to establish in Nigeria, we could have a better deal of having to have some good bargaining, all right, and interest or investment, so to say, from those businesses, such that either a moratorium period of certain number of years is given them.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, Nigeria had a way of getting more involved and all of that. But again, the school of thought will be what has happened in the past. You know, if you look at some of the corporations that exist in Nigeria now, almost all of the big corporations, if you look from UAC to Nigerian Brewery to Cadbury to even Union Bank, are organizations that were like came into Nigeria for investment, and then along the line they become, before Nigeria become to own it. All right. And if you look at their performances, or if you do your statistics, like I always say to people, Nigeria is over 50 years since our independence.
Yes.
But reality is that Nigeria is more than 100 years.
Yeah.
Before independence.
Yeah.
And I ask people, how many corporations or businesses are as old as Nigeria? Even the 50 years, how many businesses are 50 years old in Nigeria that are
very few?
Product? Very, very few. So you now look at those challenges and tendencies. But however, when you talk about investment into the country, you know, a lot of things also, or a lot of yardstick also will bring about the confidence to be able to invest.
Yeah.
Right now, apart from the fact that our economy is not totally in good shape, you talk about insecurity.
Yeah.
Okay, which is also a major challenge. Because I used to know that, I mean, in those days, a younger age, you travel across the length and breadth of Nigeria without any stress. I remember one of my jobs, my responsibility as a marketing director for one of the organizations I work for. We drove because I wanted to cover a landmark of Nigeria. So we drove from Lagos to the northern part of Nigeria to the southeast of Nigeria. I'm telling you, I drove, I don't know, I I mean, it's not me, the driver, but we will have done about 25 states together. And I'm saying this with all boldness. And
now you can't do that.
Where? And I'm talking about a few years ago. I mean, not so long ago, but things have changed now. I remember when I was in school, I mean, we traveled to Maiduguri, I visited Maiduguri, Zoo, University. There was no, I mean, even at my time period, was around December period there that year, we even, where we are getting cold water, you know, the hot water from the tap because it was so badly cold. I went to Jos, I saw snow in those days. But now everything is in disarray. There's no, so you see that, I mean, tell me, how could one invest in Nigeria without having to lose his or her sleep right now? So that's number one challenge. Then the government policy again, we come back to government policy again.
Yeah.
The policies again are the challenge. So there's a lot more need to be done in terms of policy, and the African continent need to really get their heart together. Because we must break this barrier. You know, it appears to me that the Western country, the more developed country, have it easily to penetrate African country than African country penetrating their own continent.
Yeah. And
that's a major challenge. So if Africa must grow, Africa must buy, must eat, must sleep Africa. We need to do a whole lot more with ourselves, cooperation with ourselves. We must be intentional. Our leaders must, you know, we need to move from the leadership that are just egocentric and selfish. It's just about individualistic. They must move from that to see how can we turn our gold mine to an abundance for everybody. And that is, I mean, I'm speaking to you from Canada.
Yeah.
And I can tell you the level of comfort that I hear. People have paid for this, but people have worked for it. Some of us want to do more. And when there's no that opportunity, you look for where you can also see exercise your opportunity, express your gift, your talent, your skills, and get maybe some good value for it.
Yeah.
So we can do so much with Africa, we can do so much in Nigeria. So I think, again, it's still boiled down to policies, it boils down to our operators of our economies. We need to really look beyond the locality and see how we can expand opportunity. And then we need to look beyond the oil. You know, that's another thing we need to do. We really need to look beyond the oil. Nigeria is doing back and forth on the issue of oil. I mean, some 2 days ago, they discover or they try refining or whatever process in the northern part of Nigeria. Good for the northern part of Nigeria. But again, that huge investment we are going to throw at that particular oil rig and what have you. We also do a whole lot more with some other areas of the economy.
Yeah.
We can involve a lot more. A lot more. We really need to move from consuming nation to productive nation.
Yeah.
We really need to move from that. That's my major concern, and we need to do that a whole lot.
And
right?
you're not alone. You're not alone.
Yeah. I mean, you imagine that other even developed world, you pay a lot of taxes. But you can see the impact of your tax payments in the economy. Without being told, without being schooled, you can see the impact. Okay. And then if we pay the taxes and we can see the impact of the taxes, I think maybe there won't be too much of challenge. But when you pay the taxes and then you have to be the one that will produce your own borehole, your own water, you are going to produce your own electricity, the one that will provide your own security, and then somebody will show back and say, come and pay tax. And you're like, what am I working for? What am I working for? So it can be painful, but I can assure you, we really can get it right if we are 100% determined to get it right.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. See, these things are not rocket science. They are not rocket science at all. But unfortunately, our leaders are trying to tell us that they are rocket science, and they are not physicists to solve the problem. So let them go.
At all. This is not ready.
Yeah. So this is something I saw on your LinkedIn profile, and I want you to dig into this. Okay. Is there a connection? Is there a connection between personal values to what I saw your profile, productivity and effectiveness? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if there is, how can people enhance that connection to now increase their own capacities?
All right. Yeah. Now, I'm a strong advocate of personal development, and I'm a very strong advocate of someone that also learn and expose his or herself to a lot more of information. Okay. But let's take it from what we have started from personal values.
Yes.
And it's often said that if you don't start for something, you will fall for just
anything.
Yeah. So the personal values start from the things that you see as acceptable standards as an individual.
Yeah.
So it defines the things that you believe are norms that are welcome, are good enough, accommodating enough, and it's benefit or beneficiary to every other person.
Yeah.
So as simple as being honest, as simple as being as simple as being open, as simple as being caring, as simple as being loving. Those are some of things that are very simple. We complain again about our environment and our country, like the government are not doing enough to take care of the citizens. And it starts from what value do they
hold?
And then, see, the truth again is that these people we're talking about are people that also emanate from same system we emanated.
Hallelujah.
So you now ask yourself, what makes you to have some level of personal discipline, personal some restraint, and some other people have lost it?
Yeah.
Because they are not they didn't just drop from heaven.
No.
They were not manufactured. They were from certain home,
from our community,
family,
from our communities.
Community.
Yeah.
So, I mean, growing up in my home, in my house, in my family house, if you do certain things, as simple as bringing something that does not even belong to you from school, only you know the kind of beating you are going to get. in my house, if you are not between the first and third position, you are done for. At the end of the session or semester, or what they put in secondary school, you know, you get back home and they say, open your report card, and then you see you are number 5. Even at number 5, there's no mercy. You know, in those days we have Chinese film, Indian film that are very trendy.
Yes.
And then once you are not in first to third, at least you cannot watch Indian film and Chinese film through that holiday.
So your Sunday is gone. Eh? Sunday is gone.
I said through that long holiday vacation. Then another thing is that we have, you know, it's usually the first, you know, by now students will be wrapping up naturally, so preparing for exam, and then by December we look for, so you will not even get the Christmas clothes. You know, so a lot of things are put in place that make you so like you have to work extra hard. Now, those values, which you can also call morals, are lost in the system because we have said that liberalized environment, jet age, all of that. But those are things that shape some of us.
Yes.
And then as you grow up to be able to determine what you want, what works for you, you'll not be able to determine certain values. Now, you don't need to be a saint. You may not get it 100% absolutely correct. Yeah. But there are some values that must be a personalized value for you that say, look, if it is not like this, then I won't do it. Okay, because you will find that the loss of value as what it has brought about Yahoo boys, has brought about all kind of you know, languages.
The corruption will complain about everything. Yeah.
Everything. So it works. So it's because of lack of value that I will get a project, and then I will siphon the money, and I will not deliver the project that can save lives. All right. So personal value are those standards that you personally uphold or pay, that you feel like, look, once it's not fit into these values, I am not in it. All right. I'm not going to be involved. So now when you look at that, then you look at how then your productivity comes. How do you get more effective? And I say it's by continuously involving yourself, rediscovering yourself, working on yourself, developing yourself. Like we will say it in NLD, you learn, unlearn, and relearn, because you need to be better than what you have today. And we will say again, I said to people, what got you to where you are now cannot take you to where you want to be. Cannot take you further. So, I mean, when I went for computer school, by the time I went to computer school, what we were taught DBase, we were taught Lotus, we were taught some, what was so funny name of programming. But these days, there's nothing like that. So imagine if I have refused to upgrade myself. One, I can't even be effective. And then I won't know what is now new Microsoft Office and all of those things, because those things have evolved. Right? So what am I saying? That to be more productive, then you need to be able to work on yourself, expose yourself to more information, more new, you know, updated challenges. Yes. All right. Then when you are able to involve yourself, now when you have any tasks or you are given any assignment, you'll be able to naturally be able to deliver, because you are continuing to learn and evolve and improve yourself. And then you see your effectiveness come into the number of accomplishments you can achieve on assignment or on certain projects. Okay. So, because really, nobody, like I always say to my staff, nobody reward efforts. People can only celebrate results. So, no matter how much effort you will put into it, I said the least we can do is to just say we see your effort. You can just say, we see your effort, but your effort will not translate to results until you get the results. Okay, so for you to really be able to say you increase your capacity, that productivity and effectiveness that you're able to you are evolving over time should be able to be able to be expressed in your results.
Yeah.
People should be able to see it. Now, I will quickly wrap it up by saying, I work, one of the places I work, I moved across from a certain sector to a different sector that I'm not used to.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, a lot more is expected of me from day one. So what can I do to get myself settled into this job and prove that the employment and whatever salary I've claimed, I can still keep the job?
Yeah.
Is to continue to work on myself, to be able to do research, be able to network, be able to talk to people that are more experienced, like something of mentoring, and be able to get better ideas and solutions to my problem. So by the time I'm able to attract all of those opportunities, by the time I evolve, I mean, imagine someone that was completely new in the sector, new in the organization, and become the staff of the year. It's not going to just happen.
Yeah.
It must have been because
it's
all
work.
of your effort have not translated to results. That's when you cannot get that appreciation. But sometimes I work with a lot of young people, and these people become millennial and what have you, and Gen Z, and I look at some of the things they do, and I said to them, look, you think this is as simple to come and talk English? It's not about speaking English. It's about getting results.
Yeah.
It's about getting results. And then, a lot of things, but just sincerely, the personal value will drive you. Out of personal value will be discipline.
Yes.
The self-discipline will drive you to wanting to get more for yourself, getting to know more. Like I tell people, know little about almost everything around you, so that when you come to the table, you have something to contribute. Okay, so, and that by the time you're able to evolve and develop yourself, you get some more level of productivity that can be seen. That can make a lot of effectiveness on what you do around you, and then you increase your capacity. And you know one thing, when you increase your capacity, you increase your opportunity, because the opportunity now is that people can invite you and you can get more money.
Yeah.
It's part of wanting to know more, having to be more specialized, having to get more capacity was even what pushed me to also run a PhD. And what's pushing me to even come to where I am now, to wanting to know more, to want to go more and do some more courses. So it has to be self-discipline, discovery, and then passion for you to be able to achieve all of that and increase your capacity. All right.
Wow. Dr. Ayo, you have hit that out of the park. Pow. Home run. I tell you.
Yeah.
So this question, I think you have talked a little bit about it through this discussion, but I still want you to talk more about it. Okay. I want you to use your expertise to analyze Nigeria, not just as a country, but as an organization. Okay. What are we doing right? And what do we need to do much better?
Okay. Right. Thank you again. You see, let me say this. I like Nigeria. Maybe I used to love Nigeria, or maybe I still love Nigeria. I'm not sure. Because you see, like people say, if Nigeria happens to you, you will not know that. But if you are still happening to Nigeria, maybe you are still better off. But you see, because Nigeria has made some experiences and some challenges and difficulties, sometimes make you to feel like, you really cannot die for the nation. But again, you can always continue to contribute to your own culture. And someone like me, I must say to you that I've continued to do as much as I can do. But a lot of the policy, government challenges, they're running, all those things are there. But again, if I must approach it, like you said, from the point of view of business person, so then I'll just pick one element from the entire business. Like I talked about strategy the other time.
Yes.
I'll narrow it down to marketing strategy.
Okay.
Let's analyze Nigeria from the point of view of marketing.
Yeah.
Of course, my bias for my saying this is because marketing, like we will define marketing, as it start before production, it's ongoing during production and after production. So I will take Nigeria like before its independence. I mean, we are now independence, and so how is it faring? So if you take Nigeria as a product, and is it what product that you will have loved to repurchase over and over again? And I think on average, Nigeria will say no.
No, I say no.
And that is why the Japa syndrome, the Japa, whatever, has been on the rise.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, again, we have people that are not so sensitive to know, okay, what can we do? What are people saying? Because, when we talk about communication, we talk about verbal and non-verbal.
Yeah.
And then the non-verbal are more louder. Even though you are not hearing, but they're more louder than the verbal one. The thing I'm saying that people can hear me, but you don't know the things I'm not saying. And the thing I'm not saying, majorly can be perceived or understood by what you can pick from my expressions.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you take Nigeria and place Nigeria on, let's do some marketing analysis on Nigeria and as a product. Okay. So a product that you produce and then release for consumers to patronize. And after they have experienced it, will they come back for repurchase? And if they will come back for repurchase, would they buy that product in same larger quantity they've always buying it? Would they not be looking for alternative? And that is what is happening, that even the producer of the product, some of the producer or some of the manager of the product are seeking for alternative products.
Yeah.
Have you seen somebody that produces Maggi, a seasoning, and then the only thing he uses at his house is no?
Yeah.
I want you to ask yourself,
okay,
if you work in a company, and you know the interesting thing is that the interesting part is that they will only be giving you some complimentary of this product for free. It's organization. But this is you. When you get that product to your house, you use no, and then you will not use those products and give it out as souvenir.
Yeah.
Like, how can I? How can I?
Oh my God.
That's what it is. That's what it is. So when people are looking for alternative, it does say that there's a lot more to talk about that product.
Yeah.
And then let me take it again, like I said, on that marketing analysis.
Yeah.
So we look at who are the people. I mean, when we talk about in marketing, we talk about our targeted audience.
Yeah.
We talk about segmentations. So we talk about, I mean, in marketing, we talk about the 4 P's. Let me even take 4 P's and not the 7 P's. Okay. And if we will probably delve into it, and we talk about the pricing, we talk about place, we talk about promotion, and we talk about what? We talk about the other P. Which one? Product.
Price, product, promotion,
place and promotion.
Yeah.
And place.
Yeah, place. Yeah. Yes.
So if you take the product, like I said earlier, how beautiful, how well researched, what is the impact of the product that you even taking? Now, as the product presented to you in terms of packaging, so what is the cost, the pricing implications for this product? And then you look at where and how is this product sold, or where is it sold, or where do you get the product? So when you place Nigeria and all of those, you realize that a lot more needs to be done. But the interesting thing that has been done to the piece to expand it, you talk about the physical evidence of the product. Talk about the maybe some people talk about the profit, don't talk about personnel, a lot of more things that have to come. But when you look at Nigeria as a whole and say, this is a product that I bought once, I've not got 100% of the value that this product promises to give.
Yeah.
So will I do more? And you look at it, okay. So when we want to condemn a product, we go as far as talking about the managers of those products.
Yeah.
We talk about the organization that produced that product. Like I say, we say something we call brand equity. And I say to people, Nestle produces Milo. Nestle produces other products. The moment you hear Nestle produce this product, there's that assurance, because there's brand.
It's Nestle.
Brand benefit is Nestle. Yeah. It's Nestle. That is why you travel, and you remember when you get some of those what do you call it, airport passport control.
Yeah.
The way they see you as a product of
Nigerian passport. Go here.
Then it's you see. So that thing sometimes feel embarrassed, but I must tell you, for me, I've always not seen as embarrassment. I just see that it's just normal that there will always be things like that. So when you get back to Nigeria too, they say Nigerian passport come this way, other nation come this way. So, but again, it's not as sweet at home like it is when you experience it out of the country.
Yeah.
But what are we saying? What are we saying here? So you see that product discrimination that comes to it. So that we need to make it look for alternative. Now, when you look at the managers of the product, what's supposed to happen? Because there's something we call market intelligence. And marketing or market intelligence really is about going to look for the people that are consumers of this product and ask them, what is your perception about this product?
Yeah.
if Nigeria is governed from the point of view of the citizen, this will be better. Because every product that is not aligning with the expectation of the customers or consumers, that product is going to fail. And that is why you will see some company will produce products. They will say, what we want to do market testing. They take it to the market to test the products, test the acceptance, test the color, test the image, test the branding, and people will come back with different reports, and then they will go back. Some companies have done that before, that product visual, they didn't produce it again because the market acceptance was not good. Now, this is a period. This is a period of electionary period in Nigeria. We have all the possible people that want to be the driver of the product showing up. And people are now asking questions. And then some of them are saying, I don't have anything to tell you. Some of them are saying, I'm a new product. Within the product, to come and lead this product, you can give me a trial. Now, this is a time that you go for those market intelligence to know what and how people want to be governed. How do people want the things to happen? But you see, we don't do it. And when we do it, our people that seems to be the driver of that economy, of the nation, of the product, get carried away. Because their priority then is no longer what they have gotten from the market research they have done. So I'm placing Nigeria, as it were, like I said, on marketing analysis. I see the audience, who are the customers, who are the citizens? Are they enjoying these products, these policies you are bringing out? Again, when you come to pricing, interesting thing that Coca-Cola will do, and they do every year or almost all the time about their product, that they will do some modifications, they will do some adjustment, and they will launch it again. But you think that's a new product? No. Sometimes they will change the product from the bottle, from the big bottle, to change it to smaller bottle. Sometimes they will change from plastic, they will change it to bottle. Sometimes they change they change it to PET. Sometimes they change to can. They do all of that to let you know that, look, this product is still very much on course.
It's ongoing.
The trend. They're not losing the trend. So, and then you too, you will assume that, maybe now that it's in the can, it's better, you buy it. Now that it's in a bigger bottle, it's better, you buy it. That's what we call new product, really. Any modification done on any product is new. So what are the people leading the driver of Nigeria economy, Nigeria as a nation? What are they doing to evolve Nigeria and make it look fresh, look new, look more appealing, look more interesting, look more encouraging to the citizens, the consumers? So if you place it on that aspect, you realize that we are not enjoying anything. I was talking about pricing. One of the things we do with pricing in marketing is that we do some form of discounts, some form of get one, buy one, get one. All right. Look, for instance, when you look at Nigerian economy, from the earth sector to electricity, to
transport, infrastructure.
So you ask yourself, what exactly are you getting?
I mean, you just talked about 10 years ago, you could travel to virtually every area of Nigeria without fear. Now you can't. See, now I can.
Now, and then you ask yourself, the government is working or evolving on infrastructure. Now, for me, if you ask me personally, I say they are doing well or they are doing better. Let me not say well, better or infrastructure. But you can't do infrastructure alone, and then other parts will be deteriorating. If I'm going to buy a product, for instance, let's take again Coca-Cola. For example, Coca-Cola has Fanta, they have Sprite, they have Coke, they have Schweppes, they have other kind of variants. Now, if I take Coca-Cola and say Coca-Cola is sweet, and then I take Sprite and I say it's poisonous, will I say the Nigerian bottle company is doing well?
No.
I can't. So all of their products, regardless of the variant or any type that I'm buying, must be able to meet the expectation of the targeted customers. So if we are enjoying infrastructure, and we cannot sleep in our house. So what benefit is infrastructure? If there's security, and then there is no electricity, of what benefit is sleeping at home? Say security at my door. So you find that we need to look at each of these areas of the economy of the nation and look at it from the point of view of marketing. And that's what other nations do. Education. People run here, some of us travel abroad to go and spend thousands of dollars to acquire knowledge.
Yeah.
Because here, not because they don't have their own shortcomings or their own challenges, and not because they don't even go on strike, but you can say 4 years course and you can run it in 4 years course, if not even shorter than that.
Yeah.
So
and the people running that product in Nigeria, they send their own children abroad. Okay, that tells you
they have houses abroad. They have duplicated their own lifestyle in another thriving economy.
Yeah.
And then they will just show, because before you know it, when they are even sick, they jump to go to another hospital abroad. So why can't that abundance of good things be made common to every person in Nigeria? And that is where that's how I usually analyze Nigeria. I take at it from the point of view of marketing. I say, let us analyze it as a product. Let's look at it as packaging. Let's look at it, how is it advertised? I mean, look at some things that happened recently, and then you ask yourself, I mean, if you need to, I mean, some of us will tell our children, no, it's not like that. Daddy, I mean, I can tell you, my 14-year-old boy will tell me, I just read something now in the media, and you say, this country, that's not the way you read it on the media that is appearing, that nobody, like almost everybody on the road of Nigeria is dying. It's not so. It's not. They they come to school, they come back and tell you, look, this is what, I mean, there are some questions like you're almost going to have to package, to answer, not to say you are lying.
Yeah.
Because you don't want them to see, to perceive that it's as that bad. But that's the reality. So we need to do a whole lot more. Our country can do a lot more. We really can do a whole lot more. And it bothers me that some of the people that also are driver of our nation are people that are also exposed, that they've seen things, how it works in other systems, but you then need to ask yourself, why is it so that difficult? Is it a rocket science to make things happen and work better? I mean, if I'm going to talk about security, you can break it down into about 2-3 categories. There are people that naturally, that their tendency is not even allow peace reign. So those ones, at the end of the day, you will not find any reason as to what exactly do you want. You just want to be a tormentor to anywhere there's peace. But there are people that are involved in some of these security problems because they are also not comfortable. They are not getting what will make life make meaning for them. So they are saying, rather than you enjoying, and I'm going to let people create pandemonium for everybody. If somebody that's creating kidnapping, because in 15 years ago, kidnapping is not as what it is now.
No.
20 years ago, Boko Haram is not like what it is now. So what and how things descended to that level. And then that will tell me to talk again. If I'm going to talk about marketing, I'll talk about product, what we call product life cycle. Because as product go through some levels, the introduction, the growth, and then the declining stage. Is Nigeria in a decline stage? And some of the strategy we encourage, if a product is in a decline stage, is to do some revolvement around it.
Yeah.
And that's what you see Coca-Cola doing. They will they will rebrand, they will change the case, packaging. Sometimes they will tell you the content is more. Sometimes they play around you psychologically, and then you too will see, because the children or the baby that's going to be born today or tomorrow or next minute, we're still going to call Coke, like I tell people when I do marketing analysis class. So I said to some people, the budget they also invest, or Coca-Cola globally spend on Coke is more than some nations budget, even some local government, some state government, Nigeria budgets. So if you must do things better way, you must look at it from the value you want to drive. What value are we driving? That you will go to the hospital and then you go with one ailment and come back with about 3 of it. So is that an hospital? Or I mean, so you look at, and then you come, when the moment you cross the border to other nations, it looks like, is this the heaven that we are preaching in Nigeria, that you will go to heaven? Because other developed nations look like heaven to what you are experiencing in Nigeria. See, there's nobody that has traveled out of Nigeria will not say, why can't we have something similar? I'm not saying you should have 100% what they got, but we can have something better that can give life more meaning. And it's as simple. So those are the things I would want to bring on board, when we look at Nigeria and as an organization.
Thank you for that, Dr. Ayo. Yes, you see, we should endeavor to create value for people, other people in our community. And volunteering is one of the ways we all can create some value, especially for less privileged people. Okay, I enjoy working with volunteer organization. In fact, I'm right now in the process interviewing to be a volunteer for children in care. You know, I'm doing it currently. So I have seen that you also do work volunteering. Okay, you work with the Faith Foundation. Okay, as a volunteer mentor. Okay, so I want you to describe your work with them, and what do you need? What do we need to work on the most to allow us, as many people as possible, to be able to volunteer our time to this kind of organizations?
Okay, thank you. Volunteerism is one aspect of life that I think that it's worth giving. All right, it's much more. It's so much about giving without counting the cost of return. It's so much of giving back based on whatever it is your capacity is to make life better, like you said, to all the people. And I think all of my life, I think I've been involved in having to volunteer at one thing or the other. As maybe you will say, from the moment I begin to make decisions for myself, all right? And I'll take one of my volunteering, main volunteering takeoff from Rotary International.
Yes, you do that too.
Been a humanitarian organization, and I joined that Rotary as a family since when I was in secondary school.
Wow.
You know, they call us interactors, interact club in those days, and you know, in those days we have some days that they said the society they are not what I did.
Yeah.
So some people came around to pitch to us to come and join that society, and that's how I found myself there. And that's about 1990 something, you know. I've been involved, and then from there, when I finished, I got to our institution. I joined Rotary, and then from Rotary, I joined Rotary, and Rotary now, by the grace of God, I'm also advancing on the leadership ladder. And all we do is just volunteer and give back, you know, humanitarian services, support people, use your resources, use your what we call the 4T, which is your time, your talent, your treasure, and your thinking or your thoughts. All right, so those 4 things are things I would say are elements that are essential to any volunteerism exercise or process. You must be able to do that your 4 things, because when you volunteer, you give your time. When you volunteer, you give your treasure, what we call your resources or your funding or whatever. When you volunteer, you give your intellect, your thoughts, your thinking. You know, you give it out. And then when you volunteer, you give your time. You know, it's very, very, very crucial, very also expensive for you.
Yeah.
All right. So, but how be it? Like I said, what I did with Rotary is just all of this, giving all of this. But I also have worked with some other organizations. I want to, on top of it, is Faith Foundation, which I'm doing so much more with in recent time. But aside from Faith Foundation, I'm doing something with Tomi and Melu Foundation, all right, as a mentor too. I'm doing with Lagos State Employment, what have you. Some of them are entrepreneurs doing some volunteering. But let me narrow it down to Faith Foundation.
Yeah.
I started with Faith Foundation about 2014 or there about 2, and basically you come on board. You have some young business startup businesses that you advise, provide advisory role, you provide guide and mentor them to be able to have information about how to run their business, maybe an aspect of the business. Sometimes I do on marketing, management, policy and what have you, so that they can get their business right and get going. And this year I was appointed as a course director for a set of the new trainees, and then as an entrepreneur in residence. And what I'm supposed to do with them is also to be able to ensure that they are able to get the best out of their classes, session, and their programs, and I've been doing that with them. So volunteerism really is a very important thing that I encourage as many people as possible to do. And I found that this is a major priority in developed nations.
Yeah.
For volunteer, because the truth is that everything cannot be paid for. So
yes,
there are things that you can volunteer to do. There are times that you may not be too busy, that you feel that, okay, you can still give out of your 10 minutes, your 20 minutes, your 1 hour to support some other causes. And that's all about volunteerism. And, in fact, it's in some client, it counts for you as part of your own investment, right? It counts for you, because in Rotary, for instance, Rotary will tell you calculate the number of hours that you have volunteered, and they value those hours, and those hours sometimes even worth much more than the dollars you spend, right? To make a difference. So volunteerism is very, very, very important, and I want to encourage as many people that can give it to do it. I mean, it's an art of volunteerism, really. Through Faith Foundation, that got me nominated by Faith Foundation, all right, for the global award. And it started from nominating me for the African competition. I mean, of course, if they are nominated from Nigeria, it's suffice to say that I imagine as a Nigerian top, entrepreneur, and then they competed with other regional, in the African continent, and then again they say I emerge as from Africa, and then we went to global space, which are the intercontinental competitions, and then ultimately I was favored to have emerged as the global mentor of the year.
Congratulations!
Thank you so much. What was presented at Netherlands, the Hague and Netherlands. Now, for me, and the question is, how did we get here? And then I begin to cast my mind. I realized that even while I was serving, doing my NYC, I had an idea, that let's do what we can do and like give back, support these young ones. And I floated a mentoring platform there, that myself and my friend we go around secondary schools in Lagos State and what have you. We give them some item, and then we speak to those young ones, encouraging them, advising them. Some of them we do some it's a counseling session to know what are some other domestic challenges we speak about, and then we encourage them. And I remember a newspaper carried that event that year. I had to share it on my platform. I mean, several years ago, 2001, 2002, that I wasn't looking forward to any award really. But I was just doing, and I did myself, and then so I began to track back. How do we got to this level? So I realized that some of the things we do that sometimes you don't take cognizance of. Some people are noticing it, and they come back to it, and that's a way of encouragement. So for me, the award really is about more encouragement. It's more to do more. It's called to do more, not necessarily to say that you have arrived. It's to do more. And so volunteerism for me has become something of passion. Has become something of I want to continue to do as long as God give me the strength and the capacity, in life. And I want to encourage as many people that learn to volunteer, serve people, support system, give of what you have. Everything shouldn't be money. We need money, but everything won't be money, and that can make a whole lot of impact in our environment, our community as well. Right?
Thank you, Dokayo. See, like we talked about when we talked about Nigeria. See, if our youths in Nigeria, if more of them learn early in life to volunteer their time to help the less fortunate. See, volunteering helps people to build leadership skills. Okay. And if they are willing to give their time, maybe when they get into position later in life, they will be more empathetic to people, and they would not be interested in coloring the money, you know.
Yeah. That's it.
So yes, volunteering is a great way for young people to impact their community. Okay. So what other ways can they do that? What is your advice to young people to contribute their little quota to their communities?
All right. Yeah, I think that's a very major, question or engagement. Like I said, I started at a young age to start seeing how I can impact my community, what can be my contribution. Even when I don't have the resources, I try to see what I can do. So I think that value has to come back to our system. Where people have to be more conscious of that fact.
Yes.
That we need to see how we can give back to our community. And like I said, you can give back to your community in different ways. Different ways. You can use your skill, your talent to give back to your community. You can work with a group of people, all right, to see how we can join an existing system that already structured to see how you can fit in, all right, to be able to make impact in your community. And a lot of social vices, a lot of things are happening. So, and you can use your experience. You know, some people I have people that are gone through some nasty experience, abuse, violence experience, that they can use it to, one of my friend that, recently launched a book calling from prison to photography. I think for me, that's an influence is trying to create, trying to use his own experience, capture in a book to let people learn from that. So a lot of more people can do that. And I also want to tell, the adults that have gone through the Yahoo experience to be able to share, speak out, because what I have said to people is that this Yahoo experience is not new, really. But what has happened is that people are not speaking up. Because what I said to people is that all of that money they are making from this nasty process, by the time they are old, they are growing old to 50, 60. Some of them that think that they are wise, they're able to use that money to build any structure or invest in businesses. And then sometimes you see those businesses coming, you'll be pity. You pity them, you feel for them. But you never knew what it is that they've done to have also gone to that level. I said, so people that have experienced this in their lifetime should be able to share, speak out, let these people know that, look, you can enjoy the money for a while, but it's not going to be forever. Some of these things are not built on principle. They are not built on fact. They are not built on value. They are not built on any discipline. They're just taking advantage of other people.
Other people.
Because you are killing people. You are killing people by doing all those nasty things. So people need to speak out. The young people too need to come out, come forward, volunteer. And I remember, one of my volunteering experience that I'm able to get some skill by volunteering. And those skills, eventually, I'm able to make money from it because it's as good as, going through certain tutelage and while you are volunteering. And then you learn things from there. And then you can turn it to something that can earn you some income eventually. So volunteerism is very good. From your skill, like I said, using your skills, using your passion, using your resources, using your experience, using your exposure, and joining certain platform, and then you can volunteer and serve through that one. So a lot more ways that you can do it. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Dr. Ayo, we're at the end of our conversation, and like I normally do, the last question I'll ask you is this. What is your vision for Africa in 20, 30 years' time?
Yeah. So if we had 20, 30 years to my age, I should still be young somehow.
Okay.
I should still be young. Even if I'm advanced in age, I will still should be agile. So I want to see an Africa, that we've been in its rightful place in the continent, in the world. I want to see Africa that is more inspirational, that also appreciates its own citizens. I want to see an Africa that's led by people that are able to achieve a whole lot more in their own individual life. Because one of the things I've said about leadership that most of people that are in the leadership, you really can tell what they've done in their individual life. So like it's the platform, the leadership platform of the political platform that make them to be known and relevant. So what have they done in their individual life? So I want to see an Africa where I can, enter any other African nation without any form of harassment, without any form of disturbance, without any form of challenges or what have you. That's kind of Africa, I want to see. I want Africa that is technologically advanced and is making a whole lot more usage of its own product and produce. All right, I want to see an Africa that is impacting. All right, that is used for its own resources and benefits. An Africa that take much relevance in its own product and its own people and its own system. That's kind of Africa I want to see. So I believe Africa can get that, and I believe Africa can rule the world. In fact, Africa should be able to rule the world because Africa really has all it takes and all the resources to rule the world, to feed the world, to lead the world in every aspect. That's kind of Africa I want to see. Thank you so much.
Wow. Dr. Ayo, thank you very much for your very vast knowledge that you shared. I'm so happy I talked to you today, and
thank you so much.
I wish you enjoyment in Canada, and you are there for to learn. You are there to learn. I'm sure you do that.
Parts and to advance my life to get settled and get more progressive.
And I will say this: enjoy the cold because it's coming.
It's here partially, but we are coping.
Okay. Okay. So thank you very much.
So much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.